Hello everyone, welcome to the Tim Radio Show. I'm your host, Tim Radio. This is going to be a pretty cool episode here. Some funny clips with NDO Champ and Pamela Karlan and also this guy, something Gaetz. I forget his name. But anyway, we're going to see it here. So just first off, this is the girl that made the reference to Barron Trump. This is the quote. It's pretty stupid. And you can tell she's kind of anticipating saying it, but this is what she said.
I'll give you one example that shows you the difference between him and a king, which is the Constitution says there can be no titles of nobility. So while the president can name his son Barron, he can't make him a baron.
And that kind of hesitance there so it's a stupid joke.
Thank you, the founding.
People clap and they laugh, whatever. But she got in trouble because a lot of people are saying she shouldn't be bringing up a minor, especially when it's the president's son. They're trying to impeach him, and why would you even mention it? She could have made that same point without making it a joke, and the fact that she's making a joke in this kind of situation just kind of shows how kind of idiotic the whole process is. But there's going to be some good stuff here. So this guy here, well, you'll hear his name there, something Gaetz. It's like Gaetz. Oh yeah, there you go, Matt Gaetz. There you go, Republican from Florida. So anyway, he goes into this kind of rant and just kind of rips up the whole thing. So it's a few minutes long. So let's listen.
Will the American people also elected Donald Trump to be the president of the United States in the 2016 election, and there's one party that can't seem to get over it. Now, we understand the fact that in 2018 you took the House of Representatives, and we haven't spent our time during your tenure in power trying to remove the speaker.
Look, I forget that guy's name. I forget his name there, but he does some pretty good rants sometimes too.
Of the House,
and he's loving it.
Delegitimize your ability to govern. Frankly, we'd love to govern with you. We'd love to pass USMCA. We'd love to put out a helping hand to our seniors and lower prescription drug prices. It's the will of the people you ignore when you continue down this terrible road of impeachment. Professor Gerhardt, you gave money to Barack Obama, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to show something here, like the Chiron on CNN. They always write stuff like really messed up. Lawmakers question constitutional experts on impeachment. So, I mean, that's kind of a loaded...
My family,
whatever.
Yes.
4 times?
That sounds about right. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I have a series of unanimous consent requests relating to Professor Feldman's work. The first, Noah Feldman, Trump's wiretap tweets raise risk of impeachment.
Gentlemen will suspend.
My time.
We'll take that time off. As the gentleman submitted, have we seen that material?
We can provide it to you, as is typical for unanimous.
And we'll consider the unanimous consent request later after we review.
Very well. Very well. Thank you.
Gentlemen may continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Feldman wrote articles entitled, "Trump's Wiretap Tweets Raise Risk of Impeachment." He then wrote, "Mar-a-Lago ad belongs in impeachment file." And then Mr. Jake Flanagan wrote in Quartz, a Harvard law professor thinks Trump could be impeached over fake news accusations. My question, Professor Feldman, is since you seem to believe that the basis for impeachment is even broader than the basis that my Democrat colleagues have laid forward, do you believe you're outside of the political mainstream on the question of impeachment?
I believe that impeachment is warranted whenever the president abuses his power for personal benefit or to corrupt the democratic process.
Did you write an article entitled "It's Hard to Take Impeachment Seriously Now"?
Yes, I did write that
article. And in that article, did you write? Hold on, I'm limited on time. So did you write since the 2018 midterm election, House Democrats have made it painfully clear that discussing impeachment.
I mean, look at that snarky attitude. They're there to be questioned. They're not there to give added information or whatever. It's their job to actually query them with this information. And him be like, "You want to hear the answer?" And like he's getting kind of pissed and annoyed and stuff like that. Like they just got to eat it. I mean, they're there. They're there making a case for impeachment. They're trying to suggest that the information that's in the reports and stuff calls for impeachment. So they keep saying it, and then they keep asking, well, which part? What's the proof? Show us the actual proof. And they just won't do anything. They won't say anything. But they just keep saying this kind of like fluff stuff. And so they're trying to call them on that. And like you'll hear the other side, the Democrats actually give them questions. The questions will be like, what do you think that the founding fathers would feel about this? And it's like, what? But whatever.
Or even exclusively a tool to weaken President Trump's chances in 2020. Did you write those words?
Until this call in July 25th, I was an impeachment skeptic. The
Very
call
well.
changed my mind, sir, and for
Thank
good
you. I
reason.
appreciate your testimony. Professor Karlan, you gave $2,000, or you gave $1,000 to Elizabeth Warren, right?
I believe so.
You gave $1,200 to Barack Obama,
I have no reason to question that.
and you gave $2,000 to Hillary Clinton.
That's correct.
Why so much more for Hillary than the other two?
Because I've been giving a lot of money to charity recently because of all of the poor people in the United States.
Well, those aren't the.
Like the fact that she's looking for affirmation to the the people on her, like on the Democrat side. So she's clearly biased. She's clearly not.
Those aren't the only folks you've been given to. Now, you have you ever been on a podcast called Versus Trump?
I think I was on a live panel that the people who ran the podcast.
That girl's face. What?
On that, do you remember saying the following? Liberals tend to cluster more. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out more, perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand how that reflects
Like, who's laughing?
people who are conservative?
No, what I was talking about there was the natural tendency, if you put the quote in context, the natural tendency of a compactness requirement to favor a party whose voters are more spread out.
Well,
and I do not have contempt
hold on.
for conservatives.
I'm very limited on time, Professor. And so I just have to say, when you talk about how liberals want to be around each other and cluster, and conservatives don't want to be around each other, and so they have to spread out, it makes people, you may not see this from, like the ivory towers of your law school, but it makes actual people in this country
When
feel
the
like,
president
excuse
calls
me, you don't get to interrupt me on this time. Now, let me also suggest that when you invoke the president's son's name here, when you try to make a little joke out of referencing Barron Trump, that does not lend credibility to your argument. It makes you look mean. It makes you look like you're attacking someone's family, the minor child of the President of the United States. So let's see if we can get into the facts. To all of the witnesses, if you have personal knowledge of a single material fact in the Schiff report, please raise your hand. And let the record reflect. No personal knowledge of a single fact. And you know what? That continues on the tradition that we saw from Adam Schiff, where Ambassador Taylor could not identify an impeachable offense. Mr. Kent never met with the president. Fiona Hill never heard the president reference anything regarding military aid. Mr. Hale was unaware of any nefarious activity with aid. Colonel Vindman even rejected the new Democrat talking point that bribery was invoked here. Ambassador Volker denied that there was a quid pro quo, and Mr. Morrison said there was nothing wrong on the call. The only direct evidence came from Gordon Sondland, who spoke to the President of the United States, and the President said, "I want nothing. No quid pro quo." And you know what? If wiretapping a political opponent's an impeachable offense, I look forward to reading that Inspector General's report, because maybe it's a different president we should be impeaching.
Gentleman's time has expired.
When you want to be...
So, I mean, that guy just ripped up the whole thing. And the thing about, like, don't interrupt and stuff like that, they have limited time. They're only allowed the 5 minutes there. They're allowed to control it however they want. That's what they said, roll back the time, because the chairman there basically paused him and said, hey, there's no file there, so don't talk about the file that we don't have in front of us, or something like that. So he just goes on and continues, but they roll back his time a bit so he has extra time to speak that he lost. So yeah, he just rips her up. But I mean, clearly that's a show from kind of on both sides, but really for the pro-impeachment side, it's just kind of silly. I don't know. Matt Gaetz staunchly criticized Stanford Law School professor Pamela Karlan's comment involving the president's son, Barron. That is not accurate at all. Like, that clip should be more like, Matt Gaetz shreds apart the whole impeachment concept and rips up Pamela for being a dumb idiot. See what some of these things are. Gaetz should be preparing for his finals with his frat bros. Oh, okay. DUI, Gaetz was heated. He couldn't get his lies in line. What lies? I mean, he's querying them. Anyway, that's the CNN audience. Yeah, so that's it. But I want to show this too, because this is what the actual president's son looks like now. I mean, the guy looks like a beast. Look at him. I mean, he's like 6 foot already. This is what he looked like just a couple months ago. I mean, that's pretty crazy. But I think this guy's going to be serious, like, when he's like 18, 19, 20, 21, 30. Like, when he starts to get into that age, he's going to start, I think he's going to be very popular. I think a lot of people are really going to like him. Once he starts coming out in the public and stuff like that, that's going to be, I think, pretty big. But now I want to play these, couple of these funny clips here. You probably saw this one on Facebook or something like that. I want to play it's just really funny. I'll just roll back because that's a wicked strut he's got going on.
Yo, what you doing, man? What you doing, man? What I told you? What I told you? You can't eat that, man. You just keep for training. I've been driving behind you for 1 hour. You can't stay committed for 1 hour? I'm trying. You trying what? I'm trying. How you gonna lose weight? How you gonna lose weight? You gotta stay committed, man. This is no game. This is a life and death situation. I'm not gonna waste my time training you, then after training you eating donuts. Come on, man.
I'm sorry,
There's no point in you, man.
Look at that walk, though. I mean, just that strut. And then the kick he does, man, just unbelievable kick.
Doing that? What I doing? Doing that? What I doing that? Doing that? What I doing? Doing that?
Look at that kick.
Doing that? What I doing?
And the guy doesn't even flinch. He's like, what?
You can't eat that, man. We just keep for training. I've been driving behind you for 1 hour. You can't stay committed for 1 hour.
Imagine your trainer following you for an hour just so that you can go into a fast food place and then kick this shit out of your hand. But this is actually a skit. They do these skits. He is like a real trainer, but so I pulled up and here's actually his motivation.
Man, excuses for weak people. Excuses for people that don't got no destination, that don't have no goal, that don't have no future. Excuses for bunk. Excuses for broke, weak suckers that don't have no life. You ain't no man if you make excuses, man. If you die today, your kids ain't even gonna cry. Walking around the house looking sloppy, looking nasty, looking weak, making excuses. Blaming your problem on another man. If you don't blend it up, if you don't take care of yourself, somebody gonna be bathing your daughter, somebody gonna be taking your daughter to school. So you better man up and start squatting to take a piss and come in the gym and muscle through the goddamn bag.
So, and it's supposedly he's just always like that. He's always like super pumped. So here's some more of them.
Flavor to him, I nigga, like a little something. Bro, I got you. You want donut? I'll take him. I'll take him to eat healthy. It's a cheat day, my nigga. Relax. It's a cheat day. Who side you on? Hey, yo, what the fuck? Hold on. What you doing, man? Hey, yo, what you doing? I know, wait. No. So be eating. Wait. Hold up. Cheers, look. Hey, yo, listen. Egg whites, turkey sausage, or Motown. Man, you ain't serious. You ain't serious to lose no weight, man. Come on, shit. I'm in Japan. I got.
Oh, that's some really good stuff. There's actually a. There's this one too. This one's fun. Gotta play this.
The way you pass your New Year's resolution.
It's cheat day. It's cheat day,
Yeah,
bro.
we're at the gym, bro.
I don't know. Why you want me up on cheat day?
Then leave. Then I'm working out by
Fuck,
myself.
fuck you and fuck this.
Leave that.
Fuck this gym.
Get him on the bike.
Hey yo, what's this? I just been working out. You can't be eating this shit, man. Look at this. I worked out hard. You can't eat this, bro. You gotta eat healthy, bro. You gotta eat healthy, man. Spit that out of your mouth, man. I can't finish. Come on, man. yourself, man. Look at you. You want to look sloppy? You want to look weak? You want to look soft? You got to be a man. A man should be a protector. A man should be a provider. Not sloppy and weak. Hold on. Officer, what you doing?
I'm just ready you a ticket.
You can't give me no ticket to this Sunday.
No, it's
I said to this Sunday, man.
Okay,
You out of your mind?
it's
Can't give me no-
Sunday. It's Sunday.
What's wrong with you, man?
I'm sorry. I'll
What is
get out of
this?
here. No, it's just-
Hey, come here, man. Yo, what you doing, bro?
It's covered in milkshake. I just wanted to shake. There's a really good one here earlier too. Oh, I think it was the first one. It's so good.
Get your hands on me! Get off! Get off!
So stupid.
Who's bullying me? Who? This is the guy with old school. That's the guy who's bullying me. That's the old guy. Come on, man.
There's some really good ones here.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous.
You don't need to be nervous. You're like a teddy bear. You're gonna freaking love me, babe.
Alright, I'm ready.
Don't be scared.
Anything for you.
You ready?
Yeah.
Dad, he's here.
That's actually this one. I was looking for it.
Who that? Your boyfriend?
How you doing, Mike?
Yo, what? Man, get
Just imagine. Thought that was good. All right. I'm gonna put this in the description and stuff. The link to the videos in the description. But check that guy out. It's NDO Champ, No Days Off Champ. Oh man, I don't know where you find him if he's just a YouTube. I think he's got a YouTube channel on one of these things. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. That was a quick episode. Give it a thumbs up, thumbs down. Give a comment. Tell us what you think, and hit the subscribe button or something like that. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one.